Welcome to this exploration of 13 Things Mentally Strong People Don't Do by Morin. In today's fast-paced world, the ability to cultivate mental strength is more essential than ever. Each chapter of this insightful book offers profound lessons that empower individuals to break free from self-defeating behaviors and cultivate resilience, confidence, and emotional fortitude. In this journey, we will delve into the key concepts presented in each chapter, illustrating how mentally strong individuals navigate life's challenges with grace and determination. Before we dive in, if you're new to our channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Join our community where we explore more empowering content designed to help you thrive. Your support means a lot and helps us create even more valuable content for you. Whether you're facing setbacks, struggling with self-doubt, or grappling with the weight of past experiences, the wisdom shared by Morin will provide you with practical tools to transform your mindset and embrace a life of authenticity and purpose. Let's embark on this journey together and discover how to harness the power of mental strength. Chapter 1. They don't waste time feeling sorry for themselves. In Chapter 1 of 13 Things Mentally Strong People Don't Do, Morin emphasizes the importance of resilience in overcoming self-pity. It's easy to feel sorry for ourselves when life doesn't go as planned or when we face unexpected difficulties. However, staying in a state of self-pity can drain energy, prevent growth, and hinder the ability to move forward. Mentally strong people understand the need to take responsibility for their reactions and to avoid dwelling on life's unfairness. Instead, they focus on what they can control, which empowers them to take proactive steps toward a better future. The key concept of Chapter 1 is, take responsibility, not self-pity. Rather than wasting time feeling sorry for themselves, mentally strong people choose to take responsibility for their actions and reactions. They acknowledge their emotions but refuse to let those emotions dictate their actions. This approach fosters a sense of empowerment and helps them maintain control over their lives. By focusing on solutions and personal responsibility, they are able to create a path forward rather than remaining stuck in a negative mindset. Morin shares the story of Jake, who faced a career setback after being passed over for a promotion he felt he deserved. Initially, he felt disappointed and unfairly treated, but he soon realized that dwelling on these feelings would only hold him back. Instead of allowing self-pity to take over, Jake identified areas for improvement, took extra training courses, and actively sought feedback. His proactive mindset eventually led to a better opportunity in a different company. Jake's story illustrates how taking responsibility for one's future, rather than feeling sorry, opens up new possibilities. Now the question is, how can we overcome self-pity? Morin offers practical steps to move past self-pity and adopt a more proactive mindset. Acknowledge your feelings. Mentally strong people don't ignore or suppress their emotions. They acknowledge their feelings, giving themselves time to understand and process them. This self-awareness helps in identifying what needs to change, whether it's mindset or action. Focus on what you can control. Instead of focusing on the unfairness of a situation, mentally strong individuals shift their attention to what they can control. By concentrating on aspects within their power, they make positive steps toward resolution, which restores a sense of agency. Reframe negative thoughts. Self-pity often arises from a negative interpretation of events. Practice reframing thoughts to see challenges as learning opportunities. This shift in perspective builds resilience and motivates action instead of helplessness. Seek constructive feedback. Constructive feedback can be a powerful tool for improvement. Rather than feeling defeated, view feedback as a way to grow and improve. Seeking guidance from trusted sources can provide a fresh perspective and new approaches to challenges. Celebrate small wins. Mentally strong people recognize the importance of acknowledging progress, no matter how small. Celebrating achievements, even minor ones, can uplift spirits and reinforce a positive mindset. Applying these steps to everyday life. Imagine you missed out on a big opportunity at work, and it's tempting to feel sorry for yourself. Here's how you might handle it without falling into self-pity. Start by acknowledging your disappointment. it's natural to feel let down. Then, shift your focus to what you can control, such as identifying skills you could work on. Reframe your thoughts to see this as a chance to grow, and seek feedback from colleagues to guide your improvement. Finally, celebrate the progress you make along the way, knowing that you're moving closer to future success. Concluding thoughts on moving beyond self-pity. Chapter 1 of 13 Things Mentally Strong People Don't Do reminds us that self-pity is a barrier to growth. By taking responsibility for our responses and focusing on what we can control, we empower ourselves to navigate challenges with resilience and purpose. Letting go of self-pity allows us to channel our energy into productive actions, which ultimately paves the way for a stronger, more fulfilling life. Embrace responsibility and remember that each challenge you face is an opportunity to learn, grow, and become mentally stronger. Chapter 2. They don't give away their power. In Chapter 2 of 13 Things Mentally Strong People Don't Do, Morin delves into the concept of personal power and the importance of not surrendering it to others. Mentally strong people recognize that giving others control over their emotions or actions can be disempowering. When we let others dictate how we feel or respond, we lose a part of our autonomy, becoming overly dependent on external validation. By maintaining control over their own choices, thoughts, and emotions, mentally strong individuals foster resilience and confidence. The key concept of Chapter 2 is retain your personal power. Mentally strong people understand that personal power is a key aspect of emotional strength and self-respect. They refuse to allow others to take control of their feelings or dictate their self-worth. Instead, they set boundaries, make decisions based on their own values, and prioritize self-empowerment over seeking approval from others. This mindset enables them to lead a life aligned with their own values rather than one directed by outside influences. Morin shares the story of Sarah, who constantly changed her plans to accommodate her friends' expectations. Sarah would put her own needs aside to avoid disappointing others, leading to feelings of frustration and resentment. Realizing the impact of this behavior, she began setting boundaries and honoring her own choices. With time, Sarah felt more confident and liberated, finding a better balance in her relationships by prioritizing her own needs without guilt. Sarah's story highlights that by retaining our personal power, we cultivate respect for ourselves and foster healthier relationships. Now the question is, how can we maintain our personal power? Morin outlines practical steps to help retain personal power and foster independence. Set boundaries. Establishing personal boundaries is essential for maintaining control over your own life. Mentally strong individuals set limits on how others can treat them, ensuring that their needs and values are respected. Boundaries promote healthy interactions by clearly defining acceptable behavior. Take responsibility for your reactions. Instead of blaming others for their feelings or responses, mentally strong people take responsibility for how they react. This empowers them to make conscious choices about their emotions, reducing the influence others have over their mood or outlook. Prioritize self-approval. Mentally strong individuals recognize that self-worth should come from within, not from others' opinions. By focusing on their own standards and values, they reduce the need for external validation, fostering a sense of security and independence. Refuse to give control to negative influences. Negative influences can erode personal power if given too much weight. Mentally strong people avoid letting criticism or negativity dictate their actions, instead focusing on constructive feedback and self-improvement. Stay true to your values. Mentally strong people maintain a strong sense of self by adhering to their values, regardless of external pressures. This consistency promotes inner strength and reduces the influence others have over their lives. Applying these steps to everyday life. Imagine a colleague undermines your idea in a meeting, and it's tempting to feel defeated. Here's how to handle it without losing personal power. Start by setting a mental boundary to separate their behavior from your self-worth. Take responsibility for your reaction by calmly responding or noting the feedback without internalizing it. Focus on the positive steps you can take to improve your idea rather than letting one person's opinion shape your self-view. Concluding thoughts on maintaining personal power. Chapter 2 of 13 Things Mentally Strong People Don't Do teaches that retaining personal power is a vital aspect of mental strength. By setting boundaries, taking responsibility for our reactions, and focusing on self-approval, we can lead a life true to our values. Protecting our personal power empowers us to navigate relationships and challenges confidently without surrendering control to others' opinions or behaviors. Embrace your autonomy and remember that the strength to shape your life lies within you. Chapter 3. They Don't Shy Away from Change. In Chapter 3 of 13 Things Mentally Strong People Don't Do, Morin addresses the critical role of embracing change. Often, people resist change due to fear of the unknown or a desire to stay comfortable. But mentally strong people understand that change is necessary for personal growth and progress. They recognize that, while change can be challenging, it also opens up new opportunities and pathways for a better future. By learning to adapt and embrace change, mentally strong people remain flexible, resilient, and open to life's possibilities. The key concept of Chapter 3 is embrace change as a pathway to growth. Mentally strong individuals see change not as a threat, but as an essential part of life. Rather than resisting, they choose to adapt, understanding that growth often requires stepping out of their comfort zone. This open mindset helps them to tackle new challenges, broaden their perspectives, and develop resilience. By viewing change as a positive force, they build the capacity to handle life's inevitable shifts with confidence and optimism. Morin shares the story of Lisa, who was hesitant to accept a promotion that required relocating to a new city. Although she was excited about the career advancement, the thought of leaving behind her friends and familiar surroundings was overwhelming. However, after some reflection, Lisa decided to take the plunge, embracing the opportunity for both career and personal growth. As she settled into her new life, she found herself thriving in ways she hadn't anticipated. Lisa's story demonstrates that by embracing change, we unlock potential we may not have realized within ourselves. Now the question is, how can we embrace change? Morin offers several practical steps to help us adopt a positive attitude toward change. Acknowledge the need for change. Mentally strong people start by recognizing that change is an inevitable part of life. Accepting the necessity of change enables them to be proactive and prepared rather than reactive. Identify the benefits of change. Instead of focusing on the negatives, mentally strong individuals make a conscious effort to identify the potential benefits of change. This shift in perspective helps to reduce fear and motivates them to move forward with positivity. Break down the process. Change can be intimidating when viewed as one big leap. Mentally strong people break down the process into smaller, manageable steps, making it easier to tackle and less overwhelming. Stay open to new experiences. Being open to new experiences is essential for personal growth. Mentally strong individuals are willing to try new things, even if it means stepping outside their comfort zones, knowing it will lead to personal development. Reflect on past successes with change. Looking back on past instances where change led to positive outcomes can help build confidence. Reflecting on previous successes helps mentally strong people remember their ability to adapt and thrive in new circumstances. Applying these steps to everyday life. Imagine you're faced with an unexpected job transfer. Rather than resisting it, start by acknowledging the change and identifying potential benefits, such as new career growth. Break down the relocation process into steps, stay open to exploring a new city, and reflect on previous instances where adapting to change worked in your favor. Concluding thoughts on embracing change. Chapter 3 of 13 Things Mentally Strong People Don't Do highlights that change is essential for growth. By acknowledging the need for change, identifying its benefits, and staying open to new experiences, we empower ourselves to navigate transitions with resilience and confidence. Embracing change allows us to expand our horizons and face the future with optimism. Remember, Every change you embrace is a stepping stone toward becoming the best version of yourself. Chapter 4. They don't focus on things they can't control. In Chapter 4 of 13 Things Mentally Strong People Don't Do, Amy Morin emphasizes the importance of focusing on what we can control, rather than wasting energy on the uncontrollable. Mentally strong people understand that trying to manage everything can lead to frustration, stress, and helplessness. By concentrating on their own actions, attitudes, and reactions, they empower themselves to make the best of any situation. This approach helps them maintain peace of mind and direct their efforts toward positive, productive outcomes. The key concept of Chapter 4 is focus on your sphere of influence. Mentally strong individuals recognize that their influence lies in their own choices and responses, not in external circumstances. By focusing on what they can control, such as their reactions, perspectives, and behavior, they become more effective and resilient in the face of adversity. This shift in mindset allows them to channel their energy into constructive actions, creating a sense of control and stability in unpredictable situations. Morin shares the story of James, who often found himself frustrated with traffic during his daily commute. He would get angry and stressed, wishing he could control the flow of traffic. Eventually, James realized that while he couldn't change traffic patterns, he could change his reaction. By using his commute time to listen to audiobooks and podcasts, he transformed his experience from frustration to enjoyment. James' story demonstrates that by focusing on what we can control, we find ways to improve our circumstances and our well-being. Now the question is, how can we stay focused on what we control? Morin offers several practical steps to help us concentrate on our sphere of influence. Identify what's within your control. Mentally strong people begin by identifying the aspects of a situation that they can influence. By distinguishing between what they can and cannot control, they avoid unnecessary stress and frustration. Practice accepting the uncontrollable. Acceptance is key to letting go of things beyond our control. Mentally strong individuals practice acceptance by focusing on constructive ways to handle uncontrollable situations, allowing themselves to move forward peacefully. Shift focus to your own actions. Mentally strong people take responsibility for their actions and reactions. By focusing on their own choices, they avoid the feeling of helplessness and instead feel empowered to make positive changes. Develop healthy coping mechanisms. Having healthy coping strategies, such as meditation or journaling, helps mentally strong individuals manage stress and anxiety when faced with uncontrollable situations. These techniques provide mental clarity and emotional stability. Limit exposure to negativity. Mentally strong people limit their exposure to negative influences, such as constant news consumption or people who drain their energy. By minimizing these stressors, they create a more positive and focused environment. Applying these steps to everyday life. Imagine you're feeling stressed about a company-wide decision that affects your role. Rather than focusing on the decision itself, which is beyond your control, you can concentrate on preparing for potential outcomes. Use healthy coping mechanisms to manage stress and focus on how you can contribute positively to the new circumstances. Concluding thoughts on focusing on what you control. Chapter 4 of 13 Things Mentally Strong People Don't Do teaches us that focusing on what we can control is essential for mental resilience and well-being. By identifying our sphere of influence, accepting the uncontrollable, and developing positive coping mechanisms, we can navigate challenges with confidence and peace of mind. Remember, your power lies in how you respond, not in trying to change everything around you. Embrace what you can control, and you'll find a greater sense of fulfillment and balance in life. Chapter 5. They don't worry about pleasing everyone. In Chapter 5 of 13 Things Mentally Strong People Don't Do, Amy Morin addresses the issue of people-pleasing and its impact on personal happiness and growth. The desire to be liked or avoid conflict often leads people to prioritize others' needs over their own. Mentally strong individuals recognize that seeking everyone's approval is impossible and often leaves them feeling exhausted and unfulfilled. Instead, they focus on being authentic and staying true to their own values, embracing self-acceptance as a source of inner peace and confidence. The key concept of Chapter 5 is prioritize self-respect over approval. Mentally strong people understand that personal fulfillment comes from living authentically, not from pleasing everyone around them. They prioritize self-respect and align their actions with their values, even when it might not earn others' approval. By choosing authenticity, they cultivate confidence and resilience, enabling them to lead a more balanced and satisfying life. Morin illustrates this with the story of Rachel, a manager who often agreed to every request from her team to avoid disappointing anyone. While her intentions were positive, Rachel ended up overburdened, stressed, and unable to focus on her own priorities. Eventually, she decided to set boundaries and communicate her limits respectfully. As she let go of the need to please everyone, she found her team respected her more, and she felt more in control of her time and energy. Rachel's story shows that embracing self-respect over people-pleasing leads to a more balanced and fulfilling life. Now the question is, how can we break free from people-pleasing? Morin offers several practical steps to help us move away from people-pleasing behaviors. Know your values. Mentally strong people are clear about what matters to them. They make decisions based on their core values rather than others' expectations, allowing them to stay authentic and consistent. Set healthy boundaries. Mentally strong people practice saying no when necessary, recognizing that setting limits is essential for preserving their time and energy. Boundaries help them maintain focus on their own well-being. Accept that not everyone will like you. Mentally strong individuals acknowledge that not everyone will agree or approve of their choices. They embrace this reality, focusing on relationships that align with their values rather than seeking universal acceptance. Limit unnecessary apologies. People-pleasers often apologize for things they haven't done wrong. Mentally strong individuals save apologies for when they're truly warranted, allowing them to express themselves confidently. Cultivate self-approval. Instead of relying on others' validation, mentally strong people focus on self-acceptance and self-worth. By recognizing their strengths and achievements, they feel more secure in who they are. Applying these steps to everyday life. Imagine a colleague asks you to take on extra work that doesn't fit with your current priorities. Rather than saying yes out of fear of disappointing them, focus on your values and set a healthy boundary. You could respond with, "I'd love to help, but I'm currently focused on other priorities. Perhaps we can find another solution." Concluding thoughts on choosing self-respect over people-pleasing. Chapter 5 of 13 Things Mentally Strong People Don't Do teaches us that prioritizing self-respect over people-pleasing leads to greater fulfillment and authenticity. By knowing our values, setting boundaries, and embracing self-approval, we can break free from the pressure to please everyone and focus on building a life that reflects who we truly are. Remember, the most meaningful approval is the one you give yourself. When you respect yourself, others will, too, and you'll feel more confident and resilient in all areas of your life. Chapter 6. They Don't Fear Taking Calculated Risks. In Chapter 6 of 13 Things Mentally Strong People Don't Do, Amy Morin explores the importance of taking calculated risks for personal and professional growth. While fear often stops people from venturing into the unknown, mentally strong individuals understand that avoiding all risks limits their potential. They recognize that calculated risks, those evaluated with logic and awareness, are necessary steps toward achievement and fulfillment. By taking risks thoughtfully, they open doors to new possibilities and build resilience. The key concept of Chapter 6 is embrace risk with purpose and preparation. Mentally strong people know that calculated risks are essential for growth and development. Rather than avoiding risk entirely or acting impulsively, they take the time to assess and prepare for possible outcomes. This thoughtful approach allows them to move forward with purpose, making decisions that align with their goals and values while minimizing unnecessary fears. Morin shares the story of John, who had an opportunity to advance his career by relocating to a new city. Although the move was intimidating, John evaluated the risks and benefits thoroughly. By considering factors like financial stability, family support, and career goals, he made an informed choice to take the plunge. As a result, he not only grew professionally but also gained confidence in his decision-making abilities. John's story shows that by assessing risks carefully, we can make bold decisions that lead to meaningful progress. Now the question is, how can we take calculated risks? Morin provides several practical steps to approach risk-taking with clarity and confidence. Analyze potential outcomes. Mentally strong people consider both the positive and negative consequences of their choices. By weighing potential outcomes, they make decisions that are both informed and realistic. Prepare for challenges. Mentally strong individuals prepare themselves for potential setbacks, building resilience and problem-solving strategies. Preparation helps them face uncertainties with confidence and adaptability. Start with small risks. If larger risks seem intimidating, mentally strong people take smaller, manageable steps to build confidence. Small wins help them develop a comfort level with risk-taking over time. Seek trusted advice. Mentally strong individuals seek insights from those they trust, gathering perspectives that can help clarify their decisions. Trusted advisors often provide guidance that is both practical and reassuring. Reflect on past experiences. By reflecting on past risks and their outcomes, mentally strong people gain insights that help them make better decisions. They use their experiences as learning tools for future choices. Applying these steps to everyday life. Imagine you're considering investing time and money in learning a new skill that could enhance your career. Instead of being paralyzed by the cost or time commitment, apply a calculated approach. Analyze the potential benefits, prepare financially, and consult someone in the field. This methodical approach allows you to assess whether this investment aligns with your long-term goals. Concluding thoughts on taking calculated risks. Chapter 6 of 13 Things Mentally Strong People Don't Do emphasizes the importance of taking risks that are thoughtful and aligned with personal goals. By analyzing potential outcomes, preparing for challenges, and starting small, we can approach risks with confidence and purpose. Remember, growth happens outside of your comfort zone, and taking calculated risks is the gateway to a more fulfilling and resilient life. When we embrace risk with preparation and intention, we unlock new paths for growth and discovery. Chapter 7. They Don't Dwell on the Past. In Chapter 7 of 13 Things Mentally Strong People Don't Do, Morin explains how dwelling on past experiences, especially negative ones, can hinder growth and create emotional roadblocks. Focusing on what could have been or regretting past decisions drains mental energy and impedes personal progress. Mentally strong people understand that while the past provides valuable lessons, it should not dictate the future. Instead, they use their experiences to gain insight, grow, and move forward with purpose. The key concept of Chapter 7 is, use the past as a tool, not a crutch. Mentally strong individuals understand that the past should be acknowledged, not clung to. They treat previous experiences as learning opportunities, drawing insights to guide their future actions. By letting go of regret and focusing on the present, they cultivate resilience and free themselves to pursue their goals without the weight of past burdens. Morin illustrates this with the story of Sarah, who struggled to move on from a failed business venture. Sarah spent years wondering where she went wrong and how things could have been different. Eventually, she realized that dwelling on her mistakes was preventing her from taking new opportunities. By shifting her focus to what she could learn and applying those insights to future projects, she found renewed energy and purpose. Sarah's story highlights the importance of embracing the past lessons while focusing on the possibilities that lie ahead. Now the question is, how can we stop dwelling on the past? Morin provides practical steps to help us break free from the hold of past regrets and focus on moving forward. Acknowledge the past. Mentally strong people do not ignore the past. Instead, they acknowledge it and accept the lessons it offers. Acceptance is the first step in using past experiences constructively. Practice self-compassion. Instead of blaming themselves for past mistakes, mentally strong individuals practice self-compassion, recognizing that everyone makes errors and that these experiences contribute to personal growth. Shift focus to the present. Mentally strong people bring their attention back to the present, consciously focusing on what they can control now rather than what they cannot change from the past. Create forward-focused goals. Setting new, achievable goals encourages mentally strong individuals to look ahead rather than behind. This forward momentum provides a sense of purpose and keeps them focused on progress. Replace negative thoughts with positive ones. Mentally strong people actively counter negative thoughts about the past with constructive, positive reflections. This approach helps them build resilience and maintain a balanced outlook. Applying these steps to everyday life. Imagine you're struggling with regret over a failed relationship. Instead of replaying what went wrong, shift your focus to self-compassion. Acknowledge what you've learned and set new personal goals that reflect your growth. This approach helps you move forward positively and avoid the emotional drain of regret. Concluding thoughts on letting go of the past. Chapter 7 of 13 Things Mentally Strong People Don't Do teaches us that mentally strong people embrace the past as a tool for growth without letting it weigh them down. By acknowledging their experiences, practicing self-compassion, and focusing on the present, they free themselves from regret and open doors to new possibilities. Remember, the past does not define you. Your choices in the present do. Letting go allows you to focus on creating a future that aligns with your aspirations and personal values. Chapter 8. They don't make the same mistakes over and over. In Chapter 8 of 13 Things Mentally Strong People Don't Do, Morin discusses the importance of learning from mistakes to avoid repeating them in the future. Everyone makes mistakes, but it's how we respond to them that truly matters. Mentally strong people see mistakes as opportunities for growth and improvement. Instead of dwelling on failures or rationalizing their choices, they take responsibility for their actions and implement changes that help them make better decisions moving forward. The key concept of Chapter 8 is, treat mistakes as learning tools for growth. Mentally strong people recognize that mistakes are not a reflection of their character, but a chance to gain insight into their behavior and decision-making. By treating mistakes as lessons rather than failures, they maintain a growth mindset that empowers them to move forward constructively. This approach allows them to refine their actions, build resilience, and continuously improve, which ultimately leads to more effective decision-making. Morin highlights this concept with the story of Emma, a young entrepreneur who kept making the same financial mistakes in her business. Despite knowing she needed to budget better, she repeatedly overspent on marketing, resulting in cash flow issues. Finally, after reflecting on her actions and consulting a mentor, Emma made a conscious decision to implement a budgeting plan and review her expenses regularly. Over time, she gained control over her finances and prevented the cycle of overspending from repeating. Emma's story demonstrates that by learning from our mistakes, we can break patterns that hold us back and achieve meaningful progress. Now the question is, how can we learn from our mistakes effectively? Morin offers several practical steps for analyzing and learning from mistakes in a way that fosters growth and resilience. Acknowledge the mistake. Mentally strong people openly recognize their mistakes without trying to justify or rationalize them. By owning up to their actions, they can take full responsibility for their role in the outcome, which is the first step toward meaningful change. Reflect on the causes and patterns. Mentally strong individuals look beyond the immediate mistake and consider the underlying causes. They identify patterns in their behavior and thought processes that contributed to the mistake, which helps them gain insight into how they can make better choices in the future. Identify lessons learned. Rather than fixating on the error itself, mentally strong people focus on what they can learn from the experience. By pinpointing the specific lessons, they can apply this knowledge to similar situations in the future, reducing the chances of repeating the same mistake. Create a plan for improvement. Mentally strong individuals develop a clear plan to avoid making the same mistake again. This might involve setting new goals, adopting healthier habits, or seeking guidance from others. Having a tangible plan increases their sense of control and commitment to positive change. Practice self-compassion. Instead of being overly self-critical, mentally strong people practice self-compassion. They understand that mistakes are a natural part of growth and focus on being kind to themselves, which helps build the resilience needed to keep moving forward. Applying these steps to everyday life. Imagine you've made a mistake at work by missing an important deadline, which created challenges for your team. Instead of justifying your actions or avoiding the issue, consider acknowledging the mistake openly with your colleagues and identifying what led to the oversight. Perhaps it was inadequate time management or overcommitting to tasks. Use this experience as an opportunity to reassess how you prioritize work and create a detailed plan to manage your time more effectively. Practicing self-compassion in the process helps you stay positive and committed to change without being bogged down by guilt. Concluding thoughts on embracing mistakes as learning opportunities. Chapter 8 of 13 Things Mentally Strong People Don't Do teaches us that mentally strong individuals view mistakes as tools for growth, rather than reasons to feel defeated. By acknowledging their actions, reflecting on the causes, and focusing on lessons learned, they create a pathway for meaningful change and personal improvement. Remember, making a mistake does not define your worth or abilities. It is simply an opportunity to refine your approach and make better choices in the future. When we learn from our mistakes, we build resilience, adaptability, and the confidence to pursue our goals with greater clarity and determination. Chapter 9. They don't resent other people's success. In Chapter 9 of 13 Things Mentally Strong People Don't Do, Amy Morin explores how mentally strong people avoid feeling resentful toward others' achievements. Harboring resentment towards someone else's success can breed negative emotions that diminish self-esteem and damage relationships. Mentally strong individuals recognize that celebrating others' successes doesn't diminish their own potential and instead focus on personal growth and learning from others. The key concept of Chapter 9 is celebrate, don't compare. Mentally strong people focus on their own goals rather than comparing themselves to others. They understand that resenting others' achievements doesn't lead to success, but self-improvement does. By celebrating others' accomplishments, they maintain a positive mindset and develop relationships based on mutual support, leading to increased confidence and personal growth. Morin shares the story of Lisa, who struggled with resentment toward her colleague who frequently received promotions and praise at work. Lisa realized that her jealousy wasn't productive and decided to shift her perspective. She began studying her colleagues' work habits, learning new skills, and focusing on her personal goals. Over time, Lisa's own performance improved, and she found satisfaction in her achievements. Her story illustrates that by choosing to learn from others rather than resent them, we can unlock our potential for success. How to overcome resentment toward others' success. Morin provides practical steps to help you let go of resentment and focus on your own growth. Acknowledge your feelings. Mentally strong people recognize and accept feelings of jealousy or resentment without letting them fester. By acknowledging these emotions, you can address them in a healthy way. Shift your focus to learning. Rather than focusing on what someone else has, think about what you can learn from their success. Mentally strong individuals use others' achievements as inspiration to improve their own skills. Celebrate others' successes. Make it a habit to genuinely celebrate others' accomplishments. By congratulating others, you reinforce positive connections and remove negative emotions that resentment fosters. Set personal goals. Define your own version of success and focus on achieving it. When you're working toward your goals, you're less likely to compare yourself to others. Practice gratitude. Mentally strong people are grateful for their own journey. By focusing on the positives in your life, you'll find greater contentment and less inclination to envy others. Applying the approach in your daily life. Imagine a coworker received a promotion you were hoping for. Here's how to apply Morin strategies to avoid resentment. Acknowledge your feelings. Allow yourself to feel disappointment but avoid holding on to negative emotions. Acknowledge them and then move forward. Shift your focus to learning. Ask yourself what qualities or skills your coworker demonstrated to earn the promotion and consider how you might incorporate similar qualities. Celebrate others' successes. Genuinely congratulate your coworker, focusing on building a positive work environment. Set personal goals. Identify specific steps you can take toward your own career advancement and commit to them. Practice gratitude. Reflect on your own achievements and express gratitude for what you've accomplished so far. Concluding remarks on embracing others' success. Chapter 9 of 13 Things Mentally Strong People Don't Do teaches that mentally strong people view others' success as a source of inspiration rather than resentment. Through Lisa's story, Morin shows that by shifting our focus from jealousy to self-improvement, we can find satisfaction and motivation in our journey. By acknowledging emotions, learning from others, celebrating achievements, setting personal goals, and practicing gratitude, you can overcome envy and foster positive relationships. Remember, true success is not a comparison but a personal journey of growth and resilience. Chapter 10. They don't give up after the first failure. In Chapter 10 of 13 Things Mentally Strong People Don't Do, Morin emphasizes the importance of perseverance and resilience in the face of failure. Many people view failure as a definitive end, allowing it to crush their spirits and deter them from pursuing their goals. However, mentally strong individuals understand that failure is often a stepping stone to success and an opportunity for growth. Instead of giving up, they analyze what went wrong, learn from the experience, and try again with renewed determination. The key concept of Chapter 10 is, embrace failure as a learning opportunity. Mentally strong individuals view failure not as a setback, but as a crucial part of their journey toward success. They recognize that each failure provides valuable lessons that can inform future attempts, allowing them to develop resilience and refine their strategies. By embracing failure as a learning opportunity, they cultivate a growth mindset that empowers them to overcome challenges and keep pushing forward. Morin shares the story of Mike, an aspiring entrepreneur who launched a startup that quickly failed. Instead of being discouraged, Mike took a step back to evaluate what went wrong. He sought feedback from his team, analyzed market trends, and identified gaps in his business model. Armed with this newfound knowledge, he pivoted his approach and launched a second startup that became successful. Mike's journey illustrates that viewing failure as a learning opportunity can lead to greater achievements down the road. How to cultivate resilience after failure. Morin offers practical steps to help you bounce back from failure and develop resilience. Accept your emotions. Allow yourself to feel disappointment or frustration after a failure. Acknowledging these emotions is essential for processing the experience and moving on. Analyze what went wrong. Take time to reflect on the failure objectively. Identify the factors that contributed to the setback, which will help you avoid making the same mistakes in the future. Seek feedback. Reach out to trusted colleagues, mentors, or friends for their insights on what happened. Constructive feedback can provide new perspectives and valuable lessons. Set new goals. After analyzing the failure, set specific and achievable goals for your next steps. Focusing on new objectives can reignite your motivation and drive. Stay persistent. Remind yourself that failure is part of the journey to success. Commit to continuing your efforts, even when faced with obstacles. Your persistence will pay off in the long run. Applying the approach in your daily life. Imagine you recently failed an important exam that you had studied hard for. Here's how you can apply Morin strategies to bounce back. Accept your emotions. It's natural to feel upset or frustrated. Allow yourself to experience those emotions before moving on to the next steps. Analyze what went wrong. Reflect on your study methods. Did you focus on the right materials? Were you able to manage your time effectively during the exam? Seek feedback. Talk to your instructor or classmates to gain insights into areas where you might improve. They may offer advice that you hadn't considered. Set new goals. Create a study plan for the next exam. Set specific goals, such as dedicating a certain number of hours each week to study different subjects. Stay persistent. Remind yourself that many successful people face setbacks before achieving their goals. Keep pushing forward and apply what you've learned from this experience. Concluding remarks on resilience after failure. Chapter 10 of 13 Things Mentally Strong People Don't Do teaches that mentally strong individuals embrace failure as a learning opportunity rather than a roadblock. Through Mike's story, Morin illustrates that analyzing failures, seeking feedback, and setting new goals can transform setbacks into stepping stones toward success. By accepting emotions, reflecting on experiences, and remaining persistent, you can cultivate resilience and continue moving forward on your path to achievement. Remember, every failure is a chance to learn, grow, and ultimately succeed. Chapter 11. They Don't Fear Alone Time. In Chapter 11 of 13 Things Mentally Strong People Don't Do, Amy Morin discusses the importance of alone time and how mentally strong people understand its benefits, embracing solitude rather than fearing it. Many people fill every moment with distractions, constant social interaction, background noise, or screen time, often to avoid being alone with their thoughts. However, Morin emphasizes that mentally strong people view alone time as a valuable opportunity for personal reflection, growth, and self-connection. The key concept of Chapter 11 is embracing solitude for inner strength. Morin argues that alone time is essential for self-discovery and helps us become comfortable with who we are. By cultivating this sense of comfort, we can strengthen our emotional resilience and gain clarity about our goals and values. Rather than feeling lonely, mentally strong people embrace solitude, using it as a chance to reflect, recharge, and improve self-awareness. To illustrate this idea, Morin shares the story of a man who initially felt anxious about being alone. He constantly sought social situations and background noise to avoid introspection. But over time, he realized that his discomfort with solitude stemmed from unresolved feelings. As he gradually embraced quiet moments by setting aside distractions, he experienced greater mental clarity, ultimately discovering what truly mattered to him and aligning his actions with those values. Now, the question is, how can we become comfortable with alone time? Morin provides several strategies to help us make the most of our alone time and overcome any initial discomfort. Start small. Begin by spending short intervals alone without distractions. You could start with a few minutes of quiet time each day, gradually extending it as you become more comfortable. This gentle approach can make solitude feel more approachable. Identify what makes you uncomfortable. Consider what triggers discomfort about alone time. Are there unresolved emotions or anxieties that come up when it's just you and your thoughts? Understanding these triggers can help you work through them. Focus on reflection. Use alone time to think about your values, goals, and desires. Rather than letting your mind wander aimlessly, guide your thoughts in a purposeful direction. Reflect on your growth, where you're headed, and what changes might be necessary to reach your aspirations. Practice mindfulness. Mindfulness exercises, such as meditation or deep breathing, can make alone time more enjoyable. By being fully present in the moment, you can shift your perspective on solitude, viewing it as an opportunity for relaxation rather than something to be avoided. Engage in activities you enjoy. Make solitude a positive experience by engaging in activities that bring you joy. Whether it's reading, painting, journaling, or going for a walk, doing something you love while alone can help you associate alone time with fulfillment. Applying these strategies to everyday life. Imagine you're used to filling every moment with noise, whether it's the TV, social media, or constant company. Try setting aside a few minutes each morning or evening for quiet reflection, free from any background noise or interaction. Over time, this practice of solitude can offer insights into your thoughts and feelings, building your self-assurance and peace of mind. Concluding thoughts on embracing alone time. Chapter 11 of 13 Things Mentally Strong People Don't Do reminds us that alone time isn't something to fear. It's an opportunity to cultivate inner strength. Morin encourages us to embrace solitude by starting small, focusing on reflection, and practicing mindfulness. By learning to enjoy our own company, we can develop a stronger sense of self, helping us make thoughtful choices and respond to life's challenges with resilience. Mentally strong people recognize that alone time is a valuable gift, allowing them to reconnect with themselves and their true priorities. Chapter 12. They don't feel the world owes them anything. In Chapter 12 of 13 Things Mentally Strong People Don't Do, Amy Morin addresses an important mindset shift. Mentally strong people do not feel entitled or believe the world owes them anything. This is often a subtle but common trap, where people start to feel that they deserve success, love, or wealth simply because they want it. Morin emphasizes that mentally strong people recognize that life doesn't come with guarantees and that their goals require effort, resilience, and perseverance. The key concept of Chapter 12 is taking responsibility instead of expecting handouts. Morin explains that entitlement can undermine both personal growth and resilience. People who feel that life owes them are often quick to blame others or external circumstances for their challenges, which leaves them feeling powerless and stuck. Mentally strong people, on the other hand, accept full responsibility for their outcomes. This empowers them to take meaningful actions that move them closer to their goals, rather than waiting for success to be handed to them. To illustrate this concept, Morin shares a story of a young woman who believed she was destined for success because she had always excelled in school. However, after graduation, she struggled to land her dream job and became frustrated, feeling that she deserved better. Eventually, she realized that her sense of entitlement was holding her back and that she needed to take proactive steps. Instead of waiting for opportunities, she started networking, building new skills, and volunteering to gain relevant experience. This shift in mindset led to doors opening, as she proved her commitment and resilience. Now, the question is, how can we let go of entitlement? Morin provides several practical steps to help cultivate a mindset of accountability and avoid entitlement. Set clear goals. Rather than waiting for good things to come to you, define your goals clearly and identify the steps necessary to achieve them. Setting goals fosters a proactive attitude, shifting your focus from what should come to you to what you need to pursue. Practice gratitude. A grateful mindset helps combat entitlement. Take time each day to appreciate the positive aspects of your life, whether it's supportive relationships, your health, or opportunities. Gratitude helps you focus on what you have, rather than fixating on what you think you're owed. Learn from setbacks. Instead of feeling wronged when things don't go your way, look for lessons in challenges and setbacks. Mentally strong people see adversity as a chance for growth, using these moments to build resilience and refine their approach. Focus on effort over reward. Develop a strong work ethic by focusing on the effort you put in rather than the outcomes you hope to receive. Shift your focus to improving your skills, building relationships, and contributing positively, rather than expecting quick rewards or validation. Avoid comparing yourself to others. Entitlement often stems from comparing yourself to others, feeling you deserve what they have. Instead, measure your progress against your own goals and efforts, not by what others have achieved. This keeps you grounded and motivated to work for your own fulfillment. Applying these strategies to everyday life. Imagine you're working on a challenging project at work, and despite your efforts, recognition or rewards seem slow to come. Rather than feeling disillusioned, practice gratitude for the opportunity to improve your skills. Focus on how you can contribute meaningfully, regardless of external validation. This mindset helps you remain motivated and resilient, knowing that your growth and satisfaction come from within. Concluding thoughts on letting go of entitlement. Chapter 12 of 13 Things Mentally Strong People Don't Do teaches us the importance of taking responsibility rather than feeling entitled. Morin encourages us to set clear goals, practice gratitude, learn from setbacks, focus on effort, and avoid comparison. Mentally strong people know that life's rewards are not guaranteed, and they don't expect the world to hand them success. By letting go of entitlement, we become more resilient and proactive, empowering ourselves to achieve our goals through dedication and perseverance. Chapter 13. They don't expect immediate results. In Chapter 13 of 13 Things Mentally Strong People Don't Do, Amy Morin emphasizes the importance of patience and perseverance. Mentally strong people understand that meaningful change and success take time, and they are willing to put in the effort without expecting immediate rewards. This chapter explores how mentally strong individuals resist the urge for instant gratification and stay committed to their goals, even when progress is slow. The key concept of Chapter 13 is embracing patience as a path to long-term success. Morin explains that expecting quick results can lead to frustration and disappointment. When we're too focused on immediate outcomes, we may give up too soon or make hasty decisions. Mentally strong people recognize that true success often requires consistent effort over time. They understand that setbacks, delays, and gradual progress are all part of the journey, and they approach their goals with the long term in mind. To illustrate this concept, Morin shares a story of a young man who embarked on a fitness journey. Initially, he expected to see drastic changes within weeks, but when the results weren't immediate, he became discouraged and considered quitting. However, after reflecting on his expectations, he shifted his mindset, focusing on enjoying the process rather than obsessing over fast results. This patience allowed him to remain consistent, and over time, he achieved the transformation he desired, which reinforced the importance of persistence and realistic expectations. Now, the question is, how can we cultivate patience for long-term goals? Morin offers several strategies to help manage impatience and stay committed to our goals without expecting immediate results. Set realistic milestones. Instead of focusing solely on the end goal, break down your objective into manageable milestones. Each small achievement will provide a sense of accomplishment and encourage you to keep going, even when the ultimate goal feels distant. Focus on process, not outcomes. Shift your attention from the result to the process itself. Enjoy the small steps, the daily routines, and the learning opportunities that come with pursuing your goal. This makes the journey more enjoyable and sustainable over the long run. Learn to embrace delays and setbacks. Expect obstacles along the way and view them as part of the growth process. When you encounter delays or setbacks, remind yourself that they are temporary and can provide valuable lessons. Mentally strong people see challenges as opportunities to build resilience. Practice gratitude for small progress. Recognize and celebrate even the smallest achievements. Whether you've improved a skill, reached a minor milestone, or simply stayed consistent, these small wins build momentum and reinforce your commitment to the goal. Avoid comparing your timeline to others. Everyone's journey is unique, and comparing yourself to others can lead to discouragement. Focus on your own path and measure progress by how far you've come, not by someone else's achievements. This mindset helps cultivate patience and self-compassion. Applying these strategies to everyday life. Imagine you're learning a new language and feeling frustrated because you're not fluent yet. Instead of focusing on fluency as the end goal, set smaller milestones, such as learning 10 new words a week. Celebrate these small victories and stay consistent. This approach keeps you motivated and patient, allowing you to enjoy the journey while making steady progress. Concluding thoughts on embracing patience. Chapter 13 of 13 Things Mentally Strong People Don't Do reminds us that expecting immediate results can hinder progress and lead to discouragement. Morin encourages us to set realistic milestones, focus on the process, embrace setbacks, practice gratitude, and avoid comparisons. Mentally strong people know that long-term success requires patience and consistency, and they trust that their dedication will pay off in time. By letting go of the need for immediate results, we empower ourselves to pursue our goals with resilience and a genuine appreciation for the journey. As we wrap up 13 Things Mentally Strong People Don't Do, we're reminded that building and maintaining mental strength is a lifelong journey. Amy Morin's insights teach us that mental toughness isn't just about endurance or resilience. It's about consciously choosing habits and mindsets that foster growth, balance, and well-being. By letting go of unhealthy tendencies, like seeking immediate results, fearing alone time, or feeling entitled, we create the space for habits that enrich our lives, empower us, and lead to meaningful achievements. Strengthening our minds, like strengthening our bodies, requires consistent effort and intention. The tools and strategies we adopt along the way help us navigate life's challenges with greater clarity and grace. Embracing these changes allows us to become more self-aware, improve our relationships, and cultivate a sense of purpose that can withstand life's ups and downs. So, as you move forward, remember to practice patience, self-compassion, and gratitude. Trust in your own resilience, knowing that each step, no matter how small, brings you closer to the best version of yourself. By actively working on these mental habits, you're equipping yourself to face whatever life throws your way with confidence, wisdom, and strength. Thank you for joining us in exploring the power of mental strength. If you're new here, consider subscribing to stay connected with more insights on personal growth and resilience. And to those who've been with us along the way, we appreciate you for listening and staying engaged. Together, let's continue building a foundation of strength and positivity to navigate life's journey.